What is up, YouTube? Everybody out there, how's it going? Today I'm going to be doing a video, hopefully pretty informative for everyone out there that's hoping to go above 2 monitors. Right now, I can add a monitor capture, sure, and you can see I have 4 monitors right now in my setup. If you check out my other videos about my gaming setup, what I'm doing, what I have here on my Twitter, I've got a picture of it also. That will explain basically for you guys what's going on. I'm not going to actually show my setup today, but that way, seeing that, you guys know I have 4 monitors. There are some definite differences between going a multiple monitor, which most consider a 2 or 3, and what I would consider a multiple monitor of 4 monitors. One thing to keep in mind is most GPUs, and also real quick, going back, little step back here, I am doing Nvidia. I've got 2 Nvidia GTX 660s SLI together, and I have a 630. I'll explain that here in a second. But there you go. That's what I'm running. That's how I'm set up right now. So again, back to if you're gonna be doing more than 2 GPUs or more than 2 monitors, you're gonna need another GPU unless you have a really high-end monitor or a really high-end GPU. I'm sorry. So let me step back there. If you're going to be running more than 2 monitors, you're going to need either more than one GPU or a higher-end GPU that can handle more monitors. I'm running 3. The reason I'm running 3 is because back when I started gaming when I was younger, the really cool thing and the thing to have was 2 GPUs. You had to have 2 graphics cards. Those were the guys that were winning all the games. Those were the guys that could really nail you and stuff. So I went with that when I set up this computer. If I had to do it all over again, I would have, instead of spending the money for 2 660s, I probably would have shelled that money out into a more expensive graphics card, a higher 700 series graphics card. And then I still would have had a 630 or something smaller so that I could run the multiple monitors the way I have it set up now. But once you go above, when you're SLIing, your SLI only supports 2 monitors per master GPU. So what that basically means is just like this can control 2 GPU or 2 monitors, and this monitor or this GPU can control 2 monitors together. SLI, they can still only support 2 monitors. So the way I have it set up now, this is the max amount of monitors you can have per master GPU. If I were to hook up another 630 and SLI the 630s together, then I could have an SLI'd for my other 2 monitors could be SLI together. I don't have a need for that. It would be an extreme waste of money and resources to do something like that for what I have set up. Again, SLIing, I'm not sure on the percentages. It does allow this GPU to work along with this GPU to run these 2 monitors, but I would get a lot more efficiency if I just had one really big GPU running these 2. So something to keep in mind if you're thinking about doing it. But that's just with SLI side of things. Let's go on to the multiple monitor. Another thing to think about, some people like myself, when I set this up, thought that as long as the SLI cable was in there and I had one of these selected, then my SLI was on. Unfortunately, that's not the case. Span displays, maximize 3D performance is what you want for the SLI setting to be enabled. That's basically you're running all your monitors or your 2 monitors under the SLI. Span displays with surround allows you, say I have 2 bin queues instead of just one, and they're exact same monitor, same size, same hertz, everything. That allows you to run the same picture on both the monitors. And so instead of having the 27-inch, it expands it out to a 54-inch. I'm not sure how that measuring would take place, but it allows that one image to be stretched across two screens instead of having one image on one screen and another image on another. All my monitors are different size, different hertz, so I don't want to. It would be really silly of me to do that, and it would not work out very well. Activate all displays is what I had for a while, and I thought I was SLI'd, but it's just not the case. What happens when you have activate all displays? So I had these two monitors put into this one, and then I had both the monitors SLI'd. But since this GPU was trying to work on those two monitors, it was not able to help out this GPU over here as much. And then my CPU obviously did my physics, which physics isn't a big deal really anymore. There's only like 10 games that use physics, so whatever. But that was my thought for the longest time, was that as long as I had the S-Lite cable in there and I had one of these selected, well, I was good. But the case, it just wasn't the case. When you have activated displays on there, or if you have more than two monitors plugged in, you're not SLI'd properly. So what I did is I went out and I spent $80. Watch Dogs was coming out. I knew that this setup was going to work, but with the other two monitors, I wasn't going to be able to use those two monitors and be able to perform the game and stream the game. So I went out and spent $80. I was able to then daisy chain these two monitors into that GPU, which freed up my main monitor, and I used one of the lower resource monitors plugged in so that most of my resources go into my bin queue. Then you come in here, maximize, you select that, enable it, all that stuff. Then you go to set up multiple displays. You have to go here because you'll be in SLI, but it still won't have all your monitors. Like I think that monitor won't be there. And maybe, I'm not sure if that one was there either. So I had to just come in here and to set up multiple monitors, select those, apply. I didn't really change anything, so I'm not going to do that. And then change your resolution. No. You go to your change your resolution, allows you to pick all your resolutions. Also, when you go to set up monitors, you're allowed to move everything around how you want it, obviously. That allows you to say, hey, my left monitor is on my left. You can also, if you want your number 2 to be down here, so that your mouse drags, when you drag over your mouse now, if it's set, if I hit apply, when I go up here, I wouldn't go over to that screen. I'd have to be down here. But since this monitor's up here, I want that on top so I can quickly come down in between these on this corner over here. As far as the SLI and the Precision X goes, you can monitor each one, make changes to each one individually. I will tell you this though, from speaking to Nvidia, even when you're using the EVGA tool here, the Precision X tool, which makes overclocking as simple as sliding this left or right, and these two sliders as well. If you do this and you overheat one of your GPUs, you're liable. The warranty doesn't cover when you've overclocked. So my recommendation is, rather than overclock and it's running basically instead of running in 5th gear and cruising along on the highway, you're dropping it down to 4th gear so you have more torque and more pep, but you're gonna burn out your transmission. And that's the easiest way I can think to explain it. So maybe if you have a crappy old GPU, you want to try it out, go ahead. You could potentially mess up your motherboard, your CPU, and a bunch of other things. So anything that could be connected or related to it can be affected by it. I highly don't recommend overclocking, especially if you don't have the training or don't have somebody with you that can train you on it. I don't, so I don't touch it. If anything, save up some money and buy a better GPU, which is probably going to be my next thing with the GPU and CPU upgrades, but probably not for a while. So that's pretty much it. I hope I didn't lose you. I know I kind of rambled there. This was a one-take go. I just kind of went through it as it came to me. But yes, main thing that I can tell you and take away from this, hopefully, is when you're going above 2 monitors, you're not going to be SLI'd. SLI only supports 2 monitors per master GPU. So again, what that means is if you had two 660s, there's 2 monitors you can SLI. If you have two 630s, SLI'd, then that's 2 more monitors you can have SLI'd. You can't have 3 monitors SLI'd on a 660. And as far as I know, it doesn't matter what the GPU is. If you want it SLI'd, SLI only supports two monitors per master GPU. So keep that in mind when you're building. If you want to go higher, you're going to have to sacrifice. Obviously, you're asking the GPUs to do more. They're going to be able to do it, hopefully, but at the sacrifice of some performance. So if you have any other questions, if I didn't cover anything, again, feel free to ask in the comments. I will do my best to answer them, or make another video altogether. If you guys say, hey, you didn't cover anything that I wanted you to. So feel free to comment below and subscribe if you will. I appreciate it very much. Thank you very much for your time. Have a great day and take care until next time.